tools that we use, that I show people that are in my academy, that if you use these tools correctly, this is the way that you build wealth. You don't build wealth by being afraid of debt. When debt was 3 and 4%, I told a lot of you guys, man, go get as far in debt as you can. Now, a lot of you guys are saying, man, I wish I would have got that. Well, trust me, it's not the end. Right now, you need to get your money ready, because what's coming is going to be some deals. Things are going on sale. It's going to be time. And if you have the knowledge to act, you can become wealthy really quickly. So over here, guys, cash flow. Tell me, comment below. Let me know what you guys are buying for. If you guys don't mind commenting below, tell me what you're looking for in a property. And I'll tell you guys if I believe that you're wrong or right. What is the number one thing that you're looking for when you're buying a property? Yogi Mole, how you doing? AK Dixon. A lot of you guys, man, see already in the academy in here. So this board here, I'm going to go through some stuff and show you what a lot of you guys may think makes you wealthy in real estate. And I'm going to tell you that you're wrong. Do we have anybody commenting on there yet, Matt?
We got appreciation, cash flow, ROI, value add, ARV.
Okay, so value add is something a little bit different. That's going to be for commercial. A lot of people, I want you guys to start off. I'm not saying you can't jump and make that leap, but get you a couple single families or 4 families under your belt before you make that leap. It'll make things easier on you. So guys, we're going to jump in over here. Let me go back on this screen here and see. I'm going to give you 2 areas here, and I'm going to tell you the population here. Look at this here. Can you guys see this here? Matt, can they see this at all on there?
Yep.
All right, so look at this here. You could buy this for $49,100 in 2000. The gross monthly rent was $546.
Double tap.
Oh, that's double tapping? Okay.
Yep.
How do I get this to go back? Is that it? Yeah, so. All right, so $49,100 was what you could have bought this property for. And it had $546 a month in rent. This property was $120,000 and it had $574 in rent. Which one would you guys buy? You guys comment below. Let me know which one you're going to buy. You're going to buy the one for $120,000 that has $574 in rent, or you're going to buy the one for $49,000 that has $546 in rent. See, a lot of you guys are making this same mistake even today. But I'm going to show you how I learned to become wealthy in real estate by understanding real estate at a deeper level than this right here. We got anybody commenting? Matt, I can't see nobody on here.
Yep.
Why can't I see the comments on here?
I'm not sure. Swipe over.
No, I swiped over. Give me my other. Oh, you got my other phone?
Yep. Here, just go ahead and.
Okay. Yeah.
You pulled up.
Why don't you just let me know what the comments are on there?
49,000, 49.
See, everybody's going with the $49,000 property, right? So I'm going to tell you guys right now, man, that for those of you that are saying a $49,000 property, look, man, this is what I teach my students. This is not how you get wealthy. See, you guys are only thinking about real estate from one aspect. I'm going to show you what happens to that. In 2000, you could buy this property for $49,000. The rent was $546. This is the one you guys chose. Right now, that property is worth $55,000, so it did not appreciate. If a property does not appreciate, you will go bankrupt. And I'm going to show you how. I'm not just going to tell you. Your rent now is $955. It went from $546 to $955, but the value went from $49,000 to $55,000. It didn't go up in value. You paid it off, but let me show you what happens. Over here, this city here, this is Flint, this is Austin. This was $120,000 back in 2000. The rent was $574. You guys didn't want to go with that. This is where the true wealth is made. Today, this property is $591,000. And your rent's $5,073. See that there? That's where the wealth is at. So the cost to buy 30 properties in 2000 in Flint is $1.49 million. In Austin, it was $5.24 million. The value of your properties in 2020 in Flint is $1.65 million. It barely went up. In Austin, $17 million. Look at this. Your total equity on 30 properties. Year 22 is 880,000 in Flint versus 15 million in Austin. Repairs that were going to be needed year 22, you're going to need a ton of repairs. Your repairs are going to be 50,000 a unit times 22. That's 1.1 million. This is not right. It's 1.1 million. Just doing some quick math in my head. So you have a negative about $100,000 net worth. This guy over here is worth $13.5 million. That's how wealth is created. And if you're not buying like that, you're buying wrong. Well, how do you figure out what's going to happen in an area like this? Let me go back and show you.
People are saying they see it. They see it.
This right here. This right here. When I understood this, I started buying like an institutional investor. And what I like to teach you guys, buying single family homes, if you take the way we buy institutional assets and you start buying single family homes that way, you guys will demolish everybody around you. Because nobody around you is buying thinking that way. They're just buying thinking, oh, I'm buying this house, got cash flow. Man, cash flow, I'm just telling you, man, cash flow will diminish over time. Cash flow doesn't make you wealthy. It barely helps you get by. Now, it's good if you can get 30 properties. This is what I teach people in the academy. And by the way, any of you that are interested in learning the way that we do this, just say interested. I'll have somebody reach out and either give you a mini course or see if you're a good fit for the academy. So right here is what we teach people to buy off of. These are called direct jobs. So we teach people to go out and find areas that have a lot of direct jobs coming in. We call them basic jobs. So as these basic jobs come in, they have what's called supplier jobs and induced jobs. So for every, let's look at it here. Let's look at crop production. Why do we use this here? Let's look at tobacco manufacturing. Now let's look at textile mills. For every job that comes in, for every 3.8 jobs that come in, you create 7.8 other jobs. It's going to be supplier jobs and induced jobs. Supplier jobs are going to be things that supply the direct jobs. Like, let's say that you have you're making tires. Well, you need a rubber factory there. You need a metal factory, and then you need a trucking to transport the two. And then your induced jobs are going to be things like, well, those workers are going to need places to stay. They're going to need Home Depot. That's how you grow an economy. When you snatch that stuff out of the economy plummets. When people leave, they don't take their houses with them. So you can almost predict the future. The way that we teach people how to buy real estate, is anybody interested in learning this? Is anybody interested in changing not just their life, but their great-great-grandkids' life? I'm telling you, if you learn this stuff and you understand the BRRRR method, you can make massive wealth. And we do it now. We do it on larger assets because we just didn't stop. Did we fail? We failed, but we got back up. And I went bankrupt 9 years ago today, guys. And if I would have gave up, I wouldn't be living in a multi-million-dollar home. I wouldn't be driving luxury cars. I wouldn't be sitting here helping you out. I wouldn't be letting my kids live the life of the life of their dream and helping you guys achieve that. You know, in the first year of our academy, we had 7 people become millionaires. So that's what we're here to do, help not just you guys change your life, but your future generations. Like me and my wife decided that's what we were going to do. What's holding you back? I spoke with a lady today, did a podcast with a lady named what was her last name? Bethke. Bethke. She came here from communism. And she said, man, you guys don't even know it, but you was born with a gold spoon in your mouth. You don't even know it. Why don't we know it? Because she said, you don't have anything to compare it to. So if you are in the United States and you are ready to become a millionaire and you want to learn from me, you want to be mentored in the program I got, say interested below. We're going to make sure it's a good fit for you guys. This right here, though, is a roadmap. When I show you guys how to buy real estate, it's almost like saying, hey, man, the pile of gold is over there. You got all these people out here digging. They have no idea where the gold is. And you got this one guy, he just walks over there, puts his shovel in, digs a little bit. Now, I'm telling you, real estate will never be easy. And it will never come without challenges. Just yesterday, this time, I had a hotel that I had a guy up there. We're renovating the whole thing. We had the construction crew throw all these towels down into the toilet. Starts flooding out like 7 or 8 rooms. I'm down in Kentucky, and I know last time Roto-Rooter came out, they charged us $900. And wasn't no way I'm paying them $900. So I got on the phone on my way back from Kentucky. I found a guy. Roto-Rooter would have been about $3 grand to do what he did. Probably $2 grand. He came in, he charged me $240 for the first hour, $100 an hour after that. He got it done, but in the process of doing that, he was taking a clean off, boom, hits a water line, busts the water line, building flooding. So I'm at 9:30, 10 o'clock last night. I'm getting my, what do they call them? We call them maintenance guys, but when you're in a hotel, they call them some type of engineer. Same thing, but they call him some type of engineer. So I had to call the engineer in because he knew where the shutoff was. He came in, he helped out, and everything was great. But I'm telling you, man, I've been through that. I've flooded out floors before. It's gonna be stressful. But when like my partner Mike says, pick your hard. It's gonna be hard becoming wealthy. It's gonna be hard staying broke. You have to pick your hard, man, and you got to go after it. And you got to find your why, and your why's got to be greater than you. So what questions do you guys got, man? I'm going to go through, and I'm going to show you a building that we did, and I'm going to show you why. Also, look at this. Your net cash flow after 22 years for the Flint property is negative 252,000. This one is 266,000. That's because of all the capital improvements. Your total net worth is negative 872 in Flint, 13.7 million in Austin. These extremes illustrate the importance of knowing where and why you are buying, which I'm going to tell you guys, over 90% of the people buying real estate do not understand why. They don't. And I could bring you guys up on the screen. Very few people, even a lot of my friends that own 20, 30, 40 million dollars worth of real estate, they do not know, like my academy members, because this here, I dig deep, I'm very analytical, and I don't want to make a mistake. My mistakes cost me dearly because I didn't have an education. I didn't have anything to fall back on. My plan B was my plan A. I didn't have one. So look at this house here. I'm going to give you another example. Purchases for $32,500. Renovations were $132,000. One of the other things that we teach in the academy is renovations and how to do it. Very important. A lot of you guys, I did a thing, told you guys how much we pay to get a roof done. You was like, you can't do a roof for that. No, you can't do a roof for that. And that's why I buy deals all the time. And you guys, not speaking to all you guys, but the ones saying, you can't do it that cheap. That's why you over there saying, I can't find a deal. You can't find a deal because you don't know how to do the construction. You're trying to pay the guy $15,000 to do a $5,000 roof. You got to know how to be vertically integrated and vertically integrate. When you vertically integrate, this $250,000 worth of construction, we did it for $132,000. We're all in $164,000. Monthly rent $2,500. Annual rent $30,000. Total expenses $69.61 because we went and got a tax abatement. What is a tax abatement? Every city doesn't offer them, but a lot of cities will offer if you're willing to come in and take the distressed property and you're able to fix it up and bring it back into workforce housing. They'll give you an incentive. A lot of times it's a tax abatement. So our total annual mortgage was $16,104. Annual cash flow was $6,935. Now that was after we pulled $90,000, $100,000 in cash out, and we got about $100,000 tax write-off year one. Those are some of the benefits that you can get when you're buying real estate. So here are some of the items. IRS publication 946, how to depreciate property using the maker's schedule. That's modified adjusted cost recovery system. You see these items here out of that house? Everything over here, look at this. Let me show you this here. Okay, see that? The window install, I could not depreciate year one. The glass block, I could not depreciate year one. The electrical, the plumbing, the roofing, the HVAC, the parking lot and driveway, the doors and drywall and lumber, I could not depreciate that year one. I had to put that towards the basis of the property. But all these other items here, I was able to take all these other items and expense them year one. $90,000 that I was able to create an expense year one. That wasn't a real expense. I borrowed that money. So let's recap. I got a property that I'm all in for 160, right? I went and borrowed 260 against it, or about 250, 260. I don't have to pay the mortgage back, the tenant does. All I have to do is manage the property and get the tenant to pay me every month. When it goes vacant, I have to handle it. Yeah, there's some responsibility there, but I get $90,000 tax-free. Then I get another $90,000 tax write-off. Then the property's worth $350. So I got another $90,000 in equity. 9, 18, $270,000 benefit on one property. Then I hang on to the property. I rent the property out. In 2018, the property was worth $275. 2019, $350. 2022, $450. So guess what I'm doing next year? My term is up. I did a 5-year on this. I'm going to go pull another 80 or 90,000 out. I'm going to burr it again. This right here, this one simple concept here is how I built, me and Mike built our wealth. Now, we didn't just do it doing single family homes. We learned to start doing larger apartment complexes. And to be honest with you, I did this one because I was bored and I wanted something to do, and I wanted to do a really nice house. So when I do my houses, I like to do them really nice sometimes. And it's more of a hobby for me because I get bored doing you're doing a multifamily, you're doing a 200-unit multifamily, everything's the same, everything's the same, everything's the same, everything's the same. And you can't be creative, you can't put any nicer stuff in because you got a budget you got to hit. Now you make them nice, white shaker cabinets, maybe some granite countertops, but you can't pick out the type of backsplash. So this is more from my creative side, what I like to do. But guys, right here, how do we know to buy here? Location was near several hospitals. Cincinnati's aging population is increasing, driving demand for healthcare. Hospital jobs are increasing, some well-paying jobs that have multipliers. So we look for those multipliers. Those multipliers is what creates the wealth. Because with those multipliers, here's what essentially, for any of you guys that are interested in ever getting into my academy or get more information about it, here's what you can expect. You can expect to know how to do the burr, but not just to know how to do the burr, but know what area to buy in based off future need. And we're going to base that off of multiple demand drivers, what's coming into the area. Then we're going to look at what does it cost to build in this area? What is the future demand? Are we going to have to build more? If you had to build that property right there, that property would cost you about $700, $800. So if I can be all in on that property really nice, at 160, man, get out of here. I'm killing it. And the value was $275 the day we finished. We waited another year. It went up to $350. That's when we did the cash out refi on it. So we also show you how to do the cash out refi, how to manage. So I want to jump in and know what kind of questions do you guys got today? Matt, yep. You got any questions over there, brother?
Someone's saying that cost segregation will be slowly phasing out after 2022.
Cost segregation, what basically the maker's schedule, this isn't even cost seg right here. So he's talking about something else, cost segregation. And, I don't think cost segregation is really phasing out because that's just taking an item. But the maker's schedule is starting to phase out. Next year, you can only use 80%, then 60, then 40, then 20. But we don't know if that's going to change. The government, one thing about them, they always will change. What other questions you got?
All right. What if our area is saturated?
Don't buy there. Why would you buy in a saturated area? It's saturated because you had a bunch of them jobs leave, right? So you don't want to buy in them areas because that's how you go bankrupt, man. The properties, it's overbuilt, everybody left because there was no more industry, no more jobs there. So what we give you, and Howard Scarrett, who's in the academy, one of the first people to get in the academy, and Howard for 10 years wanted to get into real estate. He got the academy, and Howard, I'm so proud of you, within 100 days, he got his first property. And he's on his second one now? Working on his second one now. He successfully birthed his first one. He's on his second one, but he helped me. We had a spreadsheet, but it was nowhere near as good as what Howard put together. And that's in week 5. That week 5 spreadsheet will show you price per square foot, rent per square foot, what zip code you should be buying in, what the expected appreciation is in each zip code. On top of that, guys, you will get a weekly coaching. We have weekly coaching and then we also have an online community that is amazing. Not to say that this Bird Group isn't, but we're more like a family over there. And we got people networking across state lines, doing deals together, putting money together. As a matter of fact, I got a guy that came into the academy today, and I called one of my guys up in New York and said, hey, man, I might have a deal for you. Now, I don't know if that deal will work out, but that's what we do over there. We can't really do that in this big group because, you know, too many scammers. It's just, it's too hard to monitor that many people.
What are the top 10 cities to buy in?
I mean, I wouldn't even focus on cities. I focus on zip codes in a city. So we go more micro than that. Like, I could take any city and you can find an area that is probably good for the most part. So to say cities, I mean, you know, man, you would have to do too much data. You have to find your city, then you have to dig down into it.
What would you what's your tips for someone that just joined Burn Invest that's new to it?
To get in here, network. Look, first off, I got an academy. You know, and I had 7 people become millionaires the first year. This year we'll have 20, 30, 40. I don't know how many millionaires we'll have come out of there. But we'll have a bunch of the students become millionaires because they have the blueprint. I would tell you to spend a little bit of money getting educated and don't waste a lot of time. Me and Mike just spent $1 million learning how to do hotels. Don't be Nate and Mike. You know, it took us 3 years and $1 million to really learn how to do hotels. But now we're working on a hotel deal that we can make $60 million off of. Get educated. Don't go and gamble your life, your money away, but more importantly, your time.
All right. What about new construction? Can you burr with new construction?
You can absolutely burr with new construction. You can burr with new construction. Matter of fact, we got a $80 million development that we're doing that we're going to burr down in Florida right now.
All right. Do you invest in Virginia?
No, I've never bought in Virginia.
What are you drinking?
Man, I'm drinking water. Sparkling water, baby. I've been sober. You know, I was an alcoholic, man. I've been sober for since 06, November 06. Yeah, that's all I drink, sparkling water, coffee, regular water, pretty much, and juice.
How do I get a good team for renovations when buying out of state?
Well, we have a spreadsheet in week 8 that will show you how to manage these contractors, how to keep them accountable, how to never go into contract with them, how to make sure you're being fair with them, paying them for every last item. That way you know you're not missing anything. They're like change orders. There's not many change orders when we do one of our contracts because we drill down in every last line item. Like this whole room here is just made up of drywall and some wires and some outlets and some trim and some crown and some flooring. There's nothing too complicated about it. The plumbing. So we break down, we have a spreadsheet that will break it all the way down for you guys. We show you exactly how we were able to do about 4,000 units using the same spreadsheet. And it'll keep you out of trouble. And if you got to kick a guy off the job, you walk through with him, you mark down exactly what he did, you pay him, and you get him off the job. You got another guy in there the very next day. Another thing, you learn how to bid your own jobs, put your own jobs together. You have to create that yourself. But for those of you that want to invest and can't invest where you're at, get in the academy or just say interested. We'll see if it's a good fit for you because we got people that are coming from all over the country that are putting money together, that are investing in areas. Some of them have an expertise of finding the deals. Some of them have the money. Some of them have the deals. Some of them have the management. But when you're in the academy, it's more like a family. So you're going to find people in there that are going to embrace you, that have an abundant mindset. So if you ever struggled finding people, like I did, I grew up in poverty. Like, man, where do I meet these people at? You can meet them in our private group.
Do I hold my first single-family home as shown?
Well, I don't understand the question.
Do I hold it or do I sell it?
I mean, I don't know. You have to run an analysis on it. You can't, again, man, if you're just buying it and you're saying, I bought a piece of real estate, do I buy or sell it? I don't know. Is it an area that's going to go up in value? Or the rent's going to go up? If not, you sell it. You know, is it another play? Is it something that's maybe on a corner lot? You assemble a couple properties, you could tear it down and put a Walgreens there? I don't know. There's a lot to think about when you start talking about real estate. And real estate can be very complex, right? And so once you learn this stuff, it's invaluable. It's better than a college degree. College degrees have caps on how much you can earn most of the time. When you learn real estate, there's no cap on how much money you can earn.
Are rates too high for the Bird method to work right now? Or does
I became very wealthy borrowing money at 11 and 12%. I don't care about interest rates. I care about a deal. In other words, let's say I could go buy the Empire State Building for $1 million, but they want 100% interest. Does it really matter? It doesn't matter. What matters is your deal. What matters is your vertical integration. Can you manage the property? Do you know how to manage the property? Do you know your construction costs? That's the stuff that really matters.
What's your source of funds? How to get the money needed to invest, especially as scaling up?
First, you got to know what you're doing. When you know what you're doing, you can get out here and you can start talking to people and get the funds. Now, for some of us, we're extroverts and introverts. It's a little harder. But the source of the capital is being able to present a deal to somebody and say, here's why I'm buying this deal. Here's what the area looks like. Here's what it's likely to do in the future. Here's what type of cash flow I'm going to have. Here's the type of leverage I'm going to have. Here's how I'm going to exit from that. And here's how I'm going to get you your money back. When you can clearly show somebody that, even if you don't have any experience, if you can put it together for them and show them, you're more likely to get their money.
Okay. Let me go through these real quick. Going through some of these. How to find the data about employment multipliers.
So that's in the academy for those of you that are interested in learning more about how to really buy properties and crush it. You know, man, just say interested. We'll reach out to you. We'll see if the academy is a good fit for you guys. But we have all that. I have a whole week. I think it's week 3 that we go over the employment multipliers. And we show you exactly how that works. Man, you guys will be shocked. We get so many people going live in the private group, and they're like, look at this new Amazon hub they're building, or, you know, look at this new factory they're building, or they got a new battery plant. Why do they care? Why are they excited about that? Because they know that those are basic jobs. And then they go and they look and they see what the multipliers on those basic jobs are.
Christine says, I'm going to be your first $20 million student.
Do it. How long, Christine? When are you going to be a 20 million? When are you going to have $20 million net worth?
I think she's at 4 now.
So Christine joined last year and she's already worth $4 million.
I think she said that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. So Christine says she went from not even a millionaire last November to being worth $4 million. That's what the power of strategy and networking. But I'm going to tell you this. Christine works harder, huh?
And she saved $120,000 in taxes.
She saved $128,000 in taxes using the tax strategies that we... But look, Christine works her butt off. You know, you got to be prepared to do that if you want to make $4 million in less than a year. Well, it's a year. It took her a year to become worth $4 million. So probably in 2 years, she'll be worth $20 million. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
I'm proud of you, Christine.
How she moves.
I'm proud of you. You crushing it. But more importantly, she treats so many people well in the academy. She's helping people. She lives in San Diego, and then she goes over to Michigan and invests with a bunch of people that are in the academy. She also has people from California that are investing with her out in, I mean, it's just amazing what you're doing, Christine. Yeah, Texas, all over the place. I'm proud of you.
Yep. All right, where do people tend to fail with birds?
Not understanding the stuff that we teach. You know, it's going to be really hard to fail. It's almost like you take this guy, I don't know if you guys want to remember the guy Todd Hoffman, right? Todd Hoffman, the guy on Gold Rush, Alaska. I mean, the guy was, and I don't like to call people idiots, but man, if that was really him and he wasn't acting, man, he sure did look dumb. Because he would just go out there and randomly start digging for gold. And I think we're going to get gold. And, you know, he had his whole team out there. His whole family disappointed. Then you had a guy pull up, come out there, take some cores, boom, pop it out, figure out exactly where the gold was. And then he took it and he crushed it. That was, what's the little guy's name? Parker. Mm-hmm. That's the difference between learning how to buy right and not learning how to buy right.
All right. Do you ask your contractors for an itemized list?
No, we put the list together. We show you guys in our academy how to put it together. look, I'm going to walk through with the contractor in about an hour, and I'm going to have a whole list of everything. It's going to have every SKU, and we give you guys this list in the academy. Every SKU on what you're ordering, every item on what he's ordering. It's going to auto-populate the price that he's going to do it for. If he says, hey, Nate, that's not enough, I need to change it. Okay, how much you need? Okay, boom, changed. Boom. I'm not waiting 2 weeks to get a bid back. I got the bid within an hour and a half. When can you start? I can get paint and drywall here tomorrow, or we can get a dumpster here tomorrow. You can start demoing. When can you start? Right now, as a matter of fact, we're doing a full gut rehab, and we're posting this in the academy. I think there's 11 permits that have to be pulled. There's 11 different things that have to be seen on this property. We're doing it in 30 days, a full gut rehab. We're on day, what, 10 right now, I think?
Yeah, 10 or 11.
We're on day 10 or 11, and we got the whole thing gutted. We got the electric rough-in will be done tomorrow. The HVAC rough-in is already done. The plumbing rough-in will probably be done tomorrow. All of our inspections are Thursday. We're a day behind. We're closing up Friday with drywall. Friday, Saturday, drywall, first coat going on. Monday, cabinets going in. I mean, we got systems. We show you guys how to do it. It can be done.
Can be done, and it is done.
Yeah. We did one last year in 14 days.
Yeah,
Now, that wasn't a full gut, but that one we blew out walls. We added kitchens. We added all new electric, a lot of plumbing, hot water tanks, huh?
Got rid of lots of mold.
Yeah, got rid of mold. We did that one in 14 days. We did that just to show you guys that it could be done. And I have 51 guys on that job in 14 days. And they were literally working in different sections, and I was managing the job, and you guys here, you here. That's how you do it if you want to get things done quick, though. We added $75,000 in value in 14 days on that property, too.
How much on-hand cash would you need to start?
Well, I tell people really 30 grand, but the truth of the matter was when in 2013, when I was bankrupt, the next year, 2014, I didn't have any money. When I say I didn't have any money, I mean, I probably had $3,000 or $4,000. But I bought, and I had a 400 credit score, probably had maybe $10,000. I had no assets. I had nothing. But I bought 28% of all the multifamily that traded that year. Within 2 years of that, I had enough money to retire. I created over $35,000 a month in passive income, showing you guys this exact same system. And that's when we went to Florida. We thought we were going to go down there, retire. I thought I was going to go fishing every day. My wife kind of got bored down there. When I came back up here, I realized that it wasn't that I hated real estate. It was just that I burnt myself out because I hated it. I thought I hated it. But I worked 18, 20-hour days, 7 days a week. I did not care what I had to do to get to the goal. I didn't care about the circumstance. Oh, my God, it's rough, this and that. I don't care about none of that. Getting to the goal, that's all I cared about. And we got there really quick. And I know you guys can too. Christine did. Zero, I ain't gonna say zero. She probably had a couple $100,000 to $4 million net worth in 1 year in the academy. What else you got, brother?
All right. How did you initially buy your first property, find deals, and capital?
Just going out and finding deals, man. The same way that we do now. The same way Jirius teaches you guys. Because also, in my course, Jirius has a course in there. A good friend of mine who also has, I don't know. He's got $30 million worth of real estate. And in 2015, when I started mentoring him, he didn't have anything but a line of credit. Guys, this is a proven method, man. If you execute it, you do it right, you get you a good mentor, you get a good team around you, it is very hard to fail. So I'm going to go talk to the guy that says, isn't right now a funky time now? How do we stick to a bird knowing interest rates are crazy? I mean, right now, look, guys, right now is Black Friday. Things are about to go on sale, and you guys think it's a bad time to get in real estate. Would you rather pay $200,000 last year and had a 4% interest rate, or would you rather buy the thing for $140,000 this year and have a 7% interest rate? It's all about buying good deals. When interest rates go up, you get more deals. When interest rates go down, it gets harder to get deals. It doesn't matter. There's always opportunity. You have to know how to get it. Me, myself, personally, I like it when interest rates are higher, when it's harder for everybody else, when everybody else is like, oh my God, you can't make any money right now. That's when I come in, make all the money, because that's when the money's made. The money's not made when everybody thinks it's good. Everybody thinks it's good. No. So it's like Black Friday. Imagine showing up at Black Friday and nobody's there, and all the TVs are like $39. You calling all your friends like, man, get your trucks over here, some deals. That's what happens when we go through a recession. So that's where the real opportunity is, guys.
That kind of goes off of this question. Is it good to buy now or wait until downward property values finish growing?
It's good to buy now, but get a good deal. Like I said, we're buying a hotel right now that we can make $60 million off of. I'm not waiting. I'm buying right now. Because you know why? I understand what the market's going to need in the future. I understand what it's going to cost to build. I understand that there's a shortage in an area I'm buying in. I understand what I'm buying it and going to be all in for. I understand what the rent is I can get. Once you understand all them, it's like understanding algebra. Like, oh, boom, we're good.
Is Christine single?
No, she with Rick, and I think Rick with the mafia. So, man, you better lay off Christine.
That was Roberto from Chicago. So.
Oh, Roberto. What's up, Roberto? How you doing, man?
All right. How to buy the first property with no equity?
Man, there's a lot of different ways. You can wholesale to yourself. You can partner with somebody. You can, there's all kinds of different ways, man. There's just so many ways. And Jarius covers that. He has a whole section in there about wholesaling to yourself, about finding off-market deals. There's just so much knowledge. If you guys are interested or think you may be a good fit for the Academy, just say interested below, and we'll have somebody reach out to you to see if that's a good fit for you.
All right. Brian's saying, been watching your videos. I love the passion and honest advice. I need to get in the Academy. I have 27 units in the last 18 months.
Man, congrats, brother.
Trying to get to 100 units in 3 years.
Then I need you to get rid of that word trying, and I need you to, instead of saying you're going to get to 100 units in 3 years, he said 3 years?
He wants to get 100 units in 3 years.
Nah, do a year, 1 year, 1 year, brother. If you got 27, you can go to 100.
Getting stuck in finding bigger units. That's where he's at.
Well, probably because you don't, and I'm not saying, but you really don't know how to understand, probably the construction side. I don't know if that's your strength, the management, but we got a network of people in the Academy that find deals that you can partner with. But we got one guy, Dan Mahoney, went from 0 units. How many units he got now? 60?
Or 60?
Yeah.
Is it 60?
I think he's up to 60 units. I know he's up over 50. He went from 0 units to over 50 units, and he joined last October. Yeah, so he's been...
Jeff's the same way, Jeff too.
Yeah, and then Jeff Weichel, but Jeff worked with me forever.
No, Jeff.
Oh, yeah, Jeff. Jeff Weichel has got like over 20, 30 units. He's crushing it. Jeff Murdoff.
Yeah, he just closed on 16, I think, on Friday.
Yeah, he's over 50 units, 60 units in a year. We got Sean Derringer. He's killing it. Man, we should have called Sean and had him come down and look at them spec homes we were looking at the other day.
Yeah, I forgot.
I forgot too, man. I was like, dang, he would have been perfect to have there, man. Yeah. He could have told us like that's a good cost or that's not. Because I'm not a new builder. I don't really know. But Sean, we're going to share that contact information with you.
Yeah, he was on here just a few minutes ago.
Man, I love Sean, man. Can't wait. Every time I see him, he got the biggest smile.
All right, Joel's new to this group, and he's super excited about what can happen here. Joel,
listen, brother. 9 years ago, I was bankrupt, man. I got over $1 million worth of cars outside, all paid for, cash. And that ain't a big deal. But look, man, I got a lot of property, over $250 million worth of property. And now we buy $20, $30 million properties, just like you guys buy single-family homes. Now, look. I didn't come from a rich family. I come from a poor family, actually. I didn't come from an abundant mindset family. I come from a poverty mindset family. I grew up selling drugs on the streets and going to prison and getting felonies when I was young. My wife, she didn't come from a rich family either. Her father was blue collar. My father was blue collar, and then I was an alcoholic, but my wife helped me get sober, and, she helped me change my life. I found God, and man, that wasn't the end, though. I still went through a lot. Even after all that, guys, that was 96. Got married in 97. Went bankrupt. Came out of bankruptcy in 2013. That was when things really started because it was hard. I mean, every day I wanted to give up. People say, did you want to? I didn't know the stuff that I'm teaching you guys. I didn't know this. We were just buying like you guys. Oh, this got some cash flow. Let's buy it. You know, we're buying it for this. It'll be worth this. We had no idea until we stumbled upon this on accident. What happened was I was working, buying 100-unit complexes with investors' capital, working my butt off. Then I'm getting calls from the city, calls from all these realtors, calls from all these brokers saying, we want to buy this property you got. And like I found out that we're doing an eminent domain project. And they started offering like $75,000 for a property. I paid $5,000 for it. I was like, let me see what the hell's going on. And so I ended up getting $200,000 out of these properties. Then I ended up going in, buying the whole street up and strong arming them and selling it. The realtors really didn't care because they were getting paid a 6% commission. So if I could go buy them for $30,000, $40,000, selling them for $200,000, they getting a 6% commission on $30,000, $200,000. So and then I found out it was all government money that was being funneled in that area. And that's when I started paying attention to areas, the demand drivers, the cost to build new, and all this stuff, what was going on. On top of that, I partnered with some finance guys, and the finance guys really showed me the game on cap rates. I didn't understand any of that stuff, capitalization rates and how money. I thought it was a damn Ponzi scheme. I was like, hold on. If you bring $1 down here to your net operating income, you can sell that off for $15? They were like, yeah. I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like, I imagine you put $1 down here and I get 15 for it. Man, I'm changing out light bulbs, making $150,000 on projects because there's the old incandescent bulbs, and I'm learning how to do energy audits. That's the stuff right there. When you start digging in deep, you start doing the energy audits, the water audits, the gas audits, all that stuff where you can make a ton of money. But in order to get there, I tell everybody to get them to the academy. And if you guys are interested in learning more to see if the academy is a good fit for you, just say interested. But, you know, it can change your life, but you got to be willing to put the work in. And it can't just change your life. It can change your great-great-grandkids' lives. And I got something amazing coming for you guys that are in the academy. I'm working with somebody on the infinite banking concept. I'm going to show you guys how that works. I got a policy right now that I got to fund. And I'm going to show you guys how that works and how that can benefit you, not just you, but 1,000 years from now, your kids, your great-great-great-great-grandkids can still eat off of that.
What is more crucial here? Finding consistent leads for distressed properties, or outsourcing a less distressed property but leveraging value through your teachings, construction management, savings, refi, etc.?
Well, I've found that when you buy a property that you deem is less distressed, the problem is you don't really know. So you're going in with an assumption that you're buying a property that's 30 years old. It was built in the 90s. It must be really good bones. Well, the fact of the matter is, all that stuff is at the end of the useful life. So you're paying a premium for it. I'm buying a distressed property maybe from the 70s that I know I got to replace everything. So when I walk away from that property, I know exactly, well, for instance, this property here, this one was from not even the 70s. This property was from the 1920s probably, or 1910s. So let's see here. Look at this property here. This property was from the 1910s. Look at that, man. If I showed you the before picture on that, the property is beautiful though. And so when I left that property, I knew exactly what it had. It had all new plumbing. It had all new electric. It had all new plumbing. HVAC, new drywall. Everything in there was perfect. And so I don't care about selling assets like that. I'll hang on to them. I don't care because they ain't going to do nothing but keep going up in value because I bought them in the right area and I renovated them right.
Okay. How many properties can you buy with an LLC?
As many as you want. You know, but you want to separate your risk. The reason that you start different LLCs is because you don't want to have, you know, let's say you got $100,000 or $200,000 properties. You don't want to have $5 million worth of $100,000, $200,000 properties in one LLC. Now, if you buy a $5 million LLC, you don't want to have that $5 million LLC with this single family home. Somebody slips and falls a single family home and comes and sues your $5 million property too. So having LLCs are really about separating risk. And so when you're first starting off, you might want to say, you know what, I'm going to put $1 million worth of properties in that LLC.
Okay. Do you teach how to build and structure a hard-working team to source leads using VAs overseas and having a system to get consistent wholesale leads?
Does
Jirius, we were working on that, but he teaches you how to do it without the VAs.
Yeah, Jirius teaches you how to do that without the VAs, and Jirius has wholesaled over 1,000 units, so he has a different way of doing it. I mean, that's the same kind of way a lot of people, but there's other ways to do it too, and the way that Jirius teaches works for him, works for our students. And
well, we're looking for local properties that we can invest in too, like if we're local.
That's all the wholesaling is. I mean, you don't want to wholesale to be a wholesaler. That's just a job. You want to wholesale so you can source your own deals.
Exactly.
It's like this, man. When I was getting weed from Mexico, I wasn't going to get weed from Mexico so I could be a driver. I was doing it so I could get better deals. I know that's not a good analogy, but.
Let's see. Are you buying your houses using your credit or are you using creative financing?
Well, I use them using my credit. Like even now, I don't do any sub-2 stuff. I mean, I've done a few like that, but most of the time we use our own credit. But think about this. Back in 2014 when I was bankrupt, I didn't have no credit. I had a 400 credit score, I had no money, I had no tax return. So I had to be creative. I went and I found people that had money. I found people that had credit. I found people that didn't have the deals or didn't know how to manage them. And then I had them come in and sign for debt. I had them bring the money. And then I brought the expertise on the construction side. So a lot of you guys that are doing construction, you're going to be doing construction forever. But you got to become great at construction. I'm not talking about like I come in, I work my 8 or 9 or 10-hour days. I'm talking you got to become great. Then you build out your maintenance teams for these properties. And then you can really crush it.
I'm starting my new career in insurance. I've been watching your videos for some time now. Major inspiration, man. I definitely going to join the academy once my finances get together. My goal is to save $30,000 when I start the academy.
I wouldn't worry about that because you're saving money. Get the knowledge. Once you get the knowledge, the money will come easier. If you don't have the knowledge, saving money, man, that's the Dave Ramsey way, man. There's other ways to get deals done. Come in there. If you're an entrepreneur, get educated, get in the group, start to network. We had one guy, 2 guys in the group. I think one of the first deals they did, the guy made $50-something thousand and wholesaled the other guy a deal. The guy then went and fixed it up, and on the back end, he had $250,000 in equity. So there's other ways that you can do stuff, man. Get around the right people, which is getting into the academy. You get into the academy, you're going to be around a bunch of abundant mindset people. Man, the people in the academy, they're delusional. They feel like they can do anything. And you guys do. I'm just kidding.
People are saying selling property right now is difficult. Is this true?
I just got a different level of difficult, man. Like, I think of difficult as something different than selling a property. Like I think of difficult as somebody shooting at me, like 500 people were shooting at me. I just got ran over by a tank. Like that's difficult. Selling a property is not difficult. That's all mindset, man. That's all like relative to what you've been through. But if you think selling property is harder right now, that means it's the best time to buy. The best time to buy is when everybody else is scared and doesn't want it. Last year, you couldn't buy a property. You couldn't get a property out of somebody's hand. Now people are being a little bit more reasonable with their prices because interest rates have have shot up.
If you join the academy, do you get one-on-one mentorship or is it a group coaching?
Yeah, you get group coaching every week. You also get in our private community. It's 13 weeks. And you get that, you get the 13 weeks for lifetime. The group coaching you get for 90 days. You also get the private community that we got is amazing. You get access to that private community as well.
And you can get access to the private community forever if you do the payment. So if you already started your real estate journey and have investments, what can the Academy offer?
I mean, like I said, most of you guys don't know how to buy property. You know, I bought 12 or 1,300 units before I even started to kind of realize how to do real estate. So if you don't have 50, or even if you got 50 million or 100 million in real estate, you're going to learn so much, because most of you guys don't have that much. But even you, I don't know how much you got, but most of you guys don't know what you're doing. And I'm just going to be honest with you, man. You really don't. And I'm not saying that to be put nobody down. But if I brought some people up here live and I start asking them why they're buying property, you guys truly don't understand why you're buying it and truly don't understand how to make the wealth. And then you have inefficient things that you're doing that you can tighten up on. Your network can be strengthened. I mean, there's all kinds of benefits, man. Okay.
I'm just getting started out in the real estate game. I have no capital and I'm looking into building capital by doing agent outreach and bringing deals to investors. Is this a good way to start out when you have no money?
It's a great way to start out, but you got to get around that community, which if you were in the Academy, and anybody that's interested in the Academy, is that Perry Daniels? Is that my guy Perry Daniels?
What's his name on Facebook? On here?
Perry Daniels, that's my buddy there, man. What's up, Perry? How you doing, man? Reach out to me. I got you, bro. I've been telling you that for years, man. I don't know. What's up, Alex Priest? How you doing? So...
people will always need a place to rent because they don't qualify for a mortgage, and people don't want to own a home and want to strictly rent.
Yeah, some people don't want to own. And then what you guys got to understand right now is that we have a shortage of housing. Even though right now we got a 10.2 month supply, that's because you got sellers are saying, well, the one down the street just sold for this. This is what I want. And you got buyers saying, I can't afford that. I don't make the income. Interest rates went up. I can only afford this. And so you got a little bit of friction in between them two right now. And until that gets figured out, you're not going to see a drop in inventory drop from 10.2 months back down to 4 or 5 months worth of inventory. But what you will see is we still have more demand than we have housing. Our population is going from 329 million to 400 million people over the next 30 years. And where are those people going to stay at? Yes, we have baby boomers that will be passing away. We have Gen X that will be passing away. But we have 80 million Gen Z that just entered the building, and they're looking around saying, where the hell is my house at? And we're saying, look, the millennials didn't build you none. And the millennials saying, you get the hell out of here. I ain't got my house yet. So you got 80 million of them and 80 million of them. There's not enough housing. There's a crisis. They just got out of college this year. They just turned 25, and they're looking around and they can't figure it out. The good thing for you young people is you guys are figuring out how to make more money and be more entrepreneurs. You're not so like, oh, my dad said go to college. No. So the college thing can keep a lot of people broke, get you in debt. So I'm going to tell you guys a little trick that you might not know about college. If I go get $100 million in debt in real estate and I go bankrupt, by the time I come out of the bankruptcy court, I owe zero. You go get $100,000 in debt and student loan debt and you go bankrupt, guess what? You still got your $100,000 in student loan debt. It's one of the biggest frauds out here, man. And for those of you that are thinking about going to college, I want you to think about it twice. Unless you know exactly what you're going for and if this thing's going to benefit you, 90% of millionaires made their wealth through real estate. And 88% of millionaires are self-made. So if you are going to college to become wealthy or at least to provide, you need to seriously think about real estate and think about taking another path.
Cool. What's better right now to purchase, single families or multi-units?
Good deals. It doesn't matter. Good deals, purchase good deals. It doesn't matter if they're single families, if they're multi-families, if they're 100 units. Find good deals and buy good deals. Get into the practice of buying good deals and just buying good deals. You'll be fine. But you got to understand what the area is you're buying. Why is this area growing? What demand drivers do you have? Are there multiple demand drivers? If that one company in that one town leaves, the whole town collapses. You don't want to be around them tertiary areas. You want to be in areas that have multiple demand drivers.
Big dog, I'm from the great country of Texas.
What's up, Texas in the house?
And I know I'm in one of the best places. I need someone like you to get me to the next level, but to the universe level, and about getting invited to your show as a product of the Big Dog.
Man, well, look, man, reach out. I want you to first see if what we offer is a good fit for you. So anybody that's interested in mentorship, joining the academy, that wants to know how to buy real estate, that's ever wanted to become wealthy in real estate, say interested below. We're gonna have somebody reach out to you to see if it's a good fit for you guys, because it's not a good fit for everybody. We only want people that's gonna be a good fit for. We're not here to put you into something that's not a good fit for you guys.
Yeah, perfect. How much equity is a bank requiring to buy a property?
I mean, different banks are different, you know, like you can house hack, you can do it for as little as 3% down if it's a primary. If you're buying and it's going to be investment property, that's why we do the BRRRR, because we ain't putting no money down. We might have to use some money to get the deal going, but then we burn it, the bank's giving us all their money back. All our money back. Sometimes the bank doesn't know they're doing this. And that's something that I showed you guys how I was able to get. Because I told you guys last year, in the start of the academy, I said, this is how you need to set your company up. Because you guys were in the middle of the easiest money in the history of the world. And I said, the money's not always going to be easy like that. It's going to be a little harder. And here's why you set up your vertical integration. And those of you that listen, you guys will keep crushing it. Those of you guys that didn't listen, you'll still crush it, but you're going to hit some roadblocks and you're going to have to figure out things. Build your systems out one time and build them out right the first time.
Okay. You talk about buying in the right areas, but do you agree that strong economic areas are limited to the volume of distressed homes you seek?
No. Nope, not at all, because there's always other things that you can do. You can do ADUs, additional dwelling units. You can buy a couple lots. You can tear them down and go vertical. You can actually buy a lot and partner with the guy next door and bring in a developer. There's all types of things that you can do. I got Okino, who became the first millionaire in the academy in 7 months, buying in Boston. Boston's hard as hell to buy in. But when you when you find these deals that are distressed, that need a lot of work, and you're vertically integrated, you can do it at half the cost. You guys know how you do half the cost, construction cost of everybody else? Do you guys all understand how you can do the construction cost for half the price of everybody else? Yes or no?
Yes.
What other questions, Matt?
Oh, okay. I thought you were waiting on that. I'm looking at an LLC, looking to a series LLC.
Okay.
That's what I was reading that. Truth, I learned how to get money once I joined the academy. Now I have 5 doors.
Who is that?
Tara Paley.
Tara Paley. So she started, when did she get in the academy? And she learned how to get money in the academy. She has 5 doors?
Yeah.
That's awesome, Tara. I'm proud of you.
How many did you start with, Tara? Oh, that's the first time I've heard that one. That's good. That's great.
All right, so look, I'm going to show you guys how do I close this thing out here?
I don't know.
I don't know either. So I need my screen.
Hit the power button.
Oh.
Just push it once. There you go.
Okay, and X out. So.
Maybe.
Okay, keep on going, man. What other questions y'all got?
All right. Junior says, takes money to make money, so go work.
No, it doesn't. That's the biggest lie. Because, Junior, if you think it takes money to make money, then let me give you some money and you tell me what you're going to do with it, right? It takes knowledge to make money. See, in the beginning of the world, there was no money, but now there's a lot of money. So if there was no money back then, did it take money to make money? No, it took knowledge to make money. It's still the same way. It takes knowledge to make money. In 2013, I was bankrupt. 2015, I was retired. I didn't have any money, but I had knowledge. So when you guys say that I'm going to save money up and wait to become rich, you don't need to do that. You got to get educated. Once you get educated, man, you can go out and absolutely destroy it. Then you got to get you abundant mindset people around you. You mix them two together, man, that's a toxic concoction to making a lot of wealth.
Oh, Perry, that is Perry. He said, Nate, I've been trying to get hard, man. So
He said what?
he said, I'm trying hard to get in.
Don't try, man. Get rid of the word try. I've been trying to lose weight. Look at this, man. It don't work. It don't work, baby. Perry, you know I got you, man. Just text me. You got my personal number, man.
And you turned sideways there. You look pretty good there.
It's because I got one of these shirts that pull your fat in. I got a compression shirt, man. Don't let that fool you, man. That's one of them Spanx.
It's one of those Instagram things, huh?
Yeah, it's an Instagram, baby, yeah.
Instagram model.
Now I'm juicing for 2 days. When I start juicing, man, I lose so much weight. I lost like 10 pounds juicing 2 days.
Wow.
But my energy levels be going through the roof, man. I be wanting to slam dunk on Michael Jordan, but I can't find him.
When you take action and purchase your first asset, it forces you to learn more.
Yeah, it forces you to learn more, but it could bankrupt you too, man. You don't want to just go out and buy an asset. You want to know what kind of asset you're buying, what kind of construction to look for, some of the hidden things in construction. You want to know how to negotiate with the contractors. You want to be able to walk through there and bid the house out yourself. And you want to be able to come in with the contractor and say, hey, look, man, I'm going to save you a lot of time and efforts, and I'm going to show you. Here's the main thing. I wish I could pull somebody up on the screen that's a contractor right now and interview you, right? So is there anybody that's a contractor right now I can pull up on the screen and interview you? Come on, next question, man.
All right. Junior says, when I get my first rehab home off the market, I'm going to join the academy within a year.
So Junior, just take the leap now, man. Reach out to somebody at least and see if it's a good fit for you, man. Because it's not a lot of money. You guys might think it's a lot of money, man. They selling these $10,000, $20,000 courses. Our course is not that much, and you're going to get more out of it.
100%. Do you use subcontractors?
Yeah, I use a ton of subcontractors, man. I love my subcontractors. A lot of them I give Christmas bonuses to, man, if I know they ain't got no money.
Tara joined November of last year.
Yeah, Tara joined November. Tara, you need to go in there and share your successes, because I see her in the private group, but not as much as like you killing it. You done got 5 doors. Man, I'm proud of you.
She ain't got time. She's got 5 doors.
There you go. She ain't got time. There you go. So you got to hire. Hey, that's what we're going to do next. We're going to add that into an academy, how to hire a VA to tell all your success stories in the academy, because you ain't got time.
How long this is Boston, that is crazy. How long does it take to start going through the academy and learn to go on and make your first deal?
Well, it's 13 weeks. So, in those 13 weeks, a lot of people have to force themselves to wait because they getting so much information. They're starting to understand, but really it's about week 8. Week 8, you there. Like week 8, man, that's the final piece to construction. Then it's all about managing. So you can worry about figuring out how to manage a property while you're renovating it. You can do week 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And we're adding something in about the infinite banking concept too that I want to share with you guys.
How to refinance with high interest rates?
That's going to be specific. If you got a 3% interest rate and you could go pull $20,000 out and get a 7% interest rate, is that worth it? It depends what you can do with that 20 grand. So it's all a math problem to me, man. It's not like it's not an emotional problem. It's not does this work? Does it? I don't care about none of that. What can I do with this 20 grand? If I can go out and I can take this 20 grand and I can buy a $200,000 property and be all in it for 120, then what's that property going to make? What's my debt going to go up over here? What's this going to add to my net worth? It's all a math problem to me.
Is it possible to do this with a full-time job?
You're going to have to. Otherwise, you're going to be working that full-time job every day. Guys, can I tell you guys what you're doing every day when you're working a full-time job? So, and look, man, what a paycheck. A paycheck is something they give you to forget about your hopes and dreams, right? And every day when you go into work, you're chasing somebody else's dream. You're making somebody else wealthy. They wouldn't keep you there if you were losing money for them, unless you work for the government or nonprofit or something. But if you work in the private sector and you are W-2, you are only there because you are making them a lot more money than what they're paying you. It's time to get out, and it's time to take a chance on yourself. And you're going to have to, otherwise your kids are going to be stuck in the same cycle of going to school, getting out of school, you know, one vacation a year, working till you're 65. I mean, if that's what you want out of life, great. That's just not what I wanted out of life. That's not what I wanted for my kids. We vacation whenever we want. We help people out. You know, I'm on here trying to help you guys out right now. And, you know, it feels great to see people become wealthy and then they share it. Because they don't just become wealthy. They don't just become rich, wealthy. They share it and pay it forward. So through doing this, I believe we can help 10 million people become millionaires.
Adam says he's a contractor. You want to bring him up?
Adam who?
Leotic.
Huh?
Leotic.
Where's he at?
He's got like a helmet on.
Yeah, he has to request.
Well, you can request him. Just hit the
There's 100 people on here, brother. I ain't gonna be able to find him.
Here. I just hit the plus button for you.
I
just pushed the button for you, so.
No, just keep on going through, brother. Because I mean,
okay.
if he requests, I'll bring him up.
Okay. All right, Nate. Would you be open to a 140,000 GC or bidder list for your projects?
A what?
140,000 GC or a bidder list for your projects. If so, I'll make you a good deal on the list.
No, I mean, we got plenty of construction guys, man. We don't have a problem with construction guys. We got more construction guys than we need. We treat them fair. We take care of them. You know, to be honest with you guys, I have a problem. My biggest problem is telling people, no, I don't want to do another deal. I got a ton of deals. I don't want to do them. They're not rewarding to me. It's not rewarding for me to go make another $10 million, man. That's not satisfying. It's not like, oh my God, it's going to be great. What am I going to do? Go buy some more sparkling water? I'm not going to live any different. But the truth of the matter is that project is going to take quality of time away from my wife and kids and you guys. I'm not going to be able to help as many of you guys as I want become financially secure. So for me to see one of you guys become a millionaire means more to me than for me to make another $10 million. It's not going to do anything for me. It's emotionless. I mean, really.
Did you ever rehab a lot of the homes yourself in the beginning?
I was on every job, breathing in the dust that I did. I was there, construction managing, GCing. I learned how to do everything. Did I physically do the work? Very rarely. But can I? Yes, I know how to do it all. Because I sat there and I watched the guys and I asked them, man, why are you doing it that way? Why are you doing it that way? And it just takes a lot of common sense. You say, hold on, man, you're doing that wrong. Can I tell you why I think you're doing that wrong? And then, you know, sometimes you'll see them roll their eye. But a lot of times they'll say, it's all about the delivery. And that's it.
All right. I got a question from YouTube real quick.
What's up, YouTube?
How do you do renos at half the cost?
Oh, how to do YouTube? I mean, rentals at half the cost? That's pretty easy, man. So let me see if I can pull this board up here and show you guys. And let me show you how you talk to a contractor. Let me bring Adam up, okay? Let me bring Adam up. I just want to show you guys how you talk to a contractor. And I don't know Adam. I've never met Adam before. I don't think. Have I? Is he in the academy? Adam Lutic? What's up, Adam? How you doing, brother?
What's up, guys?
Man, what the heck you doing, man? You out there deer hunting, man?
Well, no, driving home from dinner.
Oh, okay. Hey, so where you from, brother?
Omaha, Nebraska.
Awesome, man. So you guys know who's from there, right?
Who?
Adam. And Warren Buffett, but you know, Adam's from there, so.
Yeah.
Hey, so look, man, here's what I like to do. As soon as my contractors come in, you know, I like to meet them. I like to find out what is your friction point on a job, Adam? Like when you're dealing with the owner, like what is your perfect owner that you're dealing with?
One that has an unlimited bank accounts and likes the expensive materials. I mean, that's the dream customer.
Yep. Yeah, but we're investors though, so you know we don't have that. If you're coming dealing with an investor, you know we don't have that. We got production work, and then if you go land your job and you got a job that you can make $20,000 a week off of or $10,000 a week, this is more production work that we're focused on. Do you do any production work at all?
A little bit. I do mostly read my in your academy. I'm week 11 right now. And so trying to get more into talking to different realtors and things like that. I've started just recently. I've got like 3 different realtor contacts that starting to do little punch list things for them.
Yep.
For, when they're getting ready to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, they had a home inspection. You know, this valve wasn't properly put on a water heater. Or the drain for the emergency valve isn't long enough. Or little things like that. So I'm starting to make a network out here. Just trying to build trust with people, because actually these are the people that I want to work with when I start finding my own deals. Because, like I said, going through the academy is I found out real quick I was looking in the wrong areas. I wanted to look where it was real right close to home, what was, you know, easiest for me to maintain, and then quickly learned, oh, no, it's all about appreciation, and I need to buy in the right areas. Yeah, so how helpful was that understanding that, though? Oh, my goodness. For what I paid for the academy, I would have paid for the first 3 weeks. I mean, yeah. Extremely helpful. Actually, into the different spreadsheets and things like that. And I learned, you know, hey, go over here to best places, find this information. Go on I actually had a realtor that's given me a really big hand, is they gave me access to the MLS. Nah, that's awesome, brother. Because see, guys, when you are good with doing construction like Adam, you know, people see value in you. And so, Adam, let's just say you come up to my job, man, and I say, hey, Adam, look, man, I used to be a contractor myself. One of the things that I hate is I hate when people say, hey, man, would you mind doing this or would you mind doing that? So I have developed a spreadsheet here for you, Adam. And what we're going to do is this has every last thing labeled for you. Now, I got a price that we typically pay our production people. I want you to look through there. And look, if that price isn't within where you need to be at, just tell me where you need to be at. We're going to walk through this house in an hour and a half. I'm going to know exactly how much you're getting paid. We're going to know exactly how much the material is going to be, what materials are going to be here. And then when you come in to get those materials off the truck, get them delivered, I'll pay you if you got to go to Home Depot, but I try to minimize that. I'll try to get you everything delivered to the job. I'll pay you to check off on them. All I ask you is that when you check off on them, you send that to me so that I can get the stuff that's missing, because I guarantee you there's going to be stuff missing, ain't there, Adam? I'm going to get that delivered to you as soon as possible. And then I say, hey, Adam, how many guys you got working with you? Usually 2-3 guys I keep on each job site. So what do you like? Okay, so your guys, and I know you don't work by the hour, but kind of what do you like to make hourly off your guys? Like what kind of, you know, where do you need to be at hourly? Well, it depends on who I got on the job. If I got guys just going in and doing demo work, usually those are guys that are just looking for side work, or, you know, not the most reliable guys, so them guys see like 15 to 20 an hour. And so you want to make whatever you're paying them, you want to make at least 50% more, right? So if you got guys, your sealed guys are $25 an hour, you want $40 an hour for them, right? So, you know, my finished carpenters are all like 35 an hour. 35, so you want to build them out at, you know, 55, 60 an hour, right? And so a set of cabinets, let's say 10 cabinets in a house. 2 guys, 2 finished carpenters can do a set in a day, right? Oh yeah. So that's 10 cabinets. That's, you know, let's say that's $800 is what he's looking to make off of them for the day, right? Now he may say I want $1,200 or $1,400, but what I'm getting at, guys, is that if you take care of your contractors and you understand what their goal is from the beginning, one of the biggest things that you can do for contractors is this. Have your invoice turned in Monday. I'm walking the job Tuesday. You'll have your money ACH to you Thursday. And if you do that, that guy will come and work for you, even if he's taking a little less than going to work for this 30-day net account, who's going to jack him around on his money.
Right, Adam? And that's how you guys that is how you get contractors. You make it easy for them. You make sure you're accessible when they call. You make sure that if Home Depot calls, you don't miss a damn call. Home Depot's calling, you get that call every time. I don't care if you're in the middle of court. Excuse me, Your Honor, I got to take this. This Adam, he's at Home Depot, you know? And so you make sure that, and then you get things quick. You automate. You make sure that them payments that they can send a text to confirm, boom. You're on top of it. You make his job smooth, right? Then you go over there and you show him you appreciate him. You buy him some lunch. You buy his guys lunch.
Yeah.
You don't talk down to him.
Guys all the time. I do that for my guys all the time. I'll buy my guys lunch. So I've had it to where guys have pulled, a 60, 70-hour week. I had to meet deadlines. It was right there.
Yep.
I took every single one of them and their wives out to a steak dinner. And you know what? Anytime I pick up the phone and I say, hey, I need you this week, hands down, they're there.
Yep.
They're there because they know if they put in extra work, they run into, hey, Adam, we pulled these down. We found this drywall that had some surface mold on it.
Yep.
Something like this. Something goes crazy. They know I'm going to take care of it.
And Adam,
I'm not going to have to worry.
Guess what the wife's saying? Well, we were going to watch a movie tonight, but go on out there and help Adam out. You think he's going to take us to steak dinner again? Right? And so you get the wife's, and that's the same thing we do. We take care of our contractors. We give them Christmas time, man. Here goes some money. If we did good on a job and they managed, here goes some money. And a lot of times I just give them cash. Like, man, don't worry about report. I got that. Right? And so it's about taking care of your people, and they will take care of you.
It doesn't have to be anything crazy, Nate. You talked about like 50 or $100. Let's say you only have your contractor in there for a day or two, just doing little punch list stuff. You throw them an extra 20 over what they said. Let's say all the work you bidded it out, it was $568.73.
Yep.
You have that contractor $580.
Yeah.
He's answering your phone every time.
Yeah.
Answering your phone every time.
Yep. Well, Adam, how do people get, now you in the academy, have you partnered with anybody in the academy yet?
Not yet. I haven't partnered with, everybody's just so far away. I actually am in the process of trying to join my local REIA.
Well, hold on. Matt, pull up how many people we got in Omaha, Nebraska. We got people in Omaha, brother. You ain't the only person there. So go in.
I wish they would have answered my message.
Okay, so you put well, Matt's going to see how many people. I could be wrong, but.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Yeah, give him a minute. We're going to find out for you, brother. We're going to do a post in there, and we're going to find some people for you to network with, maybe partner with. They can use you to do construction. Again, look, Adam. All I had was construction. And what I did was I came in and I was so good at construction. I was willing to put them 16, 18, 20-hour days in. Where I came in and I said, hey, man, I'll do the construction, but I need equity. And I was so good at it that they had to give me equity. Plus, I found the deals, right? So you can do that if you guys are that good. It doesn't take money to make money. It takes skill to make money.
You do have at least one over in Lincoln.
So we got one in Lincoln. Matt's looking through there, brother.
We have some in Des Moines.
We got Des Moines. Des Moines ain't in Nebraska.
It's right down.
No, but that's only about 2 hours out.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll see if we can get you guys a meetup, man, out there. So how many people we got in that region of the country?
In probably a 300-mile radius, I'd say 10.
Okay. So we got about 10 people?
Sioux Falls.
Sioux Falls. How far is that?
Sioux Falls, that's about 3.5 north.
Okay. Well, Adam, look, man, I want to tell you thank you, brother. We're going to do a post in there and see if we can get some people to meet up and start networking over there. Anybody that's over there. And, brother, so thank you so much for trusting us to join the academy. I'm glad you're learning a lot, brother, and I look forward to seeing you crush it. Reach out to me if you need anything, brother.
Will do.
All right, thank you, brother. God bless you and your family, man.
Years too.
Thank you, brother. Yep. All right, guys, so there you go. That's how you handle a contractor. You let them know that you care about them. You let them know it's not all about your goals. It's about us both winning. And that makes it easier. Now, I do want to answer the one question. Let me do this here. I'm going to show you guys how you get construction done for half price, right? If I can get this screen to show up on here. So we got people on YouTube over there that want to know that. Let me get my pen over here. See if I can write.
Someone asked if we got about 10 people in Nashville.
Huh?
10 people in Nashville.
We had 10 people in Nashville? Yep. So guys, we got people all over the country, but let me show you here. Something here. So this thing's so let's say that somebody wants to come out and they want to charge you $10,000 for a roof. Okay?
Maybe.
Yeah. 10,000 for the roof. Can you guys see that good? Can you guys see that? Mm-hmm. This is going to be a company. The company is going to have to spend probably at least 20% of this on advertising. So that's $2,000, right?
Hold on. It's still showing his face on here.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll show you guys this next week, man. So it looks like this thing's messing up. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. So I'm going to tell the people over there on YouTube, are they still on there?
Yeah, they're still on there.
Okay, so look, here's how you do
We
it.
have about 20 people on YouTube.
Okay, so here's how you do it. Okay, so a roof's 10 grand. The roofing company charges you 10 grand. Here's what they do with the money. Materials are going to be about 3,000. Okay? The advertising is going to be 2,000. The profit is going to be about 3,000. And the company overhead and salesman is going to be $2,000, right? Do you guys see this here?
You got 3,000 or 20?
Hold on, we got 3,000 for labor. We got 3,000 for materials, 2,000 for labor.
30,000.
Huh?
That's 30,000.
No, this ain't 30. No, it's 3,000.
4 zeros.
It's 3000. This thing's just messing up.
2,000. You got 4 zeros.
Huh?
Look at the one below it. You got 4 zeros there.
Oh. Oh yeah. That's a lot of money for a roof. Let me clear this thing and see if it'll write. So you got a $10,000 roof, okay? The cost to do this is going to be $3,000. That's going to be your material, okay? If I'm doing the roof, I have to have the material. It's going to cost me $3,000, okay? It's going to also cost me $2,000 in labor. I got to have the labor. Let me clear this out here. 3,000. This is what it cost me to do the roof. $5,000. See that? This is all I need. That's all I need over there. This is what they need. They need the 3,000 for materials, the 2,000 for labor. They need 2,000 for advertising. They need 2,000 for profit, and then they need $1,000 to cover their overhead / salesman. So here, let's see what they need. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $10,000. See, I don't need to salesman. I don't need advertising. I don't need profit, and I don't need overhead. So I got the same exact roof that they got, and I'm using the same exact subcontractor. That's how you get the stuff done. Now, most of the time, we get it done for 40 cents on a dollar, even cheaper than that, because we're able to negotiate prices down and use vendors and get material cheaper, and then we give a lot of work out. So guys, look, man, you can make an unbelievable amount of money in real estate once you learn how to be vertically integrated. Any other questions over there?
Nope.
Guys, I want to thank you guys for joining in. Join us next Tuesday, where we're going to go and talk about this a little bit more and dive a little bit deeper into some numbers and how those basic job multipliers, how many houses each one of those jobs turns into. See you guys later, huh?
I guess I gotta get up to turn it off.
Yeah, you probably do, Matt.
Wrong. See you
So-
on YouTube and LinkedIn.